Hi, welcome. My name is Jessica Norman. I'm the Assistant Director for Fitness and Wellness with BC Rec Sports, and I'm here today with two of my colleagues to present with you Community Connections, Introduction to Virtual Fitness and Wellness. So I'll turn it over to you two to introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney Dale, and I am the Senior Fitness Coordinator at BC Rec Sports, and really happy to be with you this morning.
Good morning. My name is Hannah Katarski, and I am the Group Exercise Coordinator. I hope we are all doing well.
Awesome. Thank you both. So now we'd like to see if we can find out who's in the Zoom. That's my little tongue-in-cheek. Who's in the room, who's in the Zoom. So if you wouldn't mind sharing with us your name, your status. So are you a student? Are you a professional? Are you a member? How are you engaging with us today? And just some questions to get the conversation going. With our physical doors closed, what are you doing for activity and wellness? Have you participated in any virtual fitness and wellness offerings so far? And if so, what? So it's a lot of information that we want to hear from you. So I've added that stuff to the chat feature so you can refer to that in case you forget. So name, status, what are you doing for activity and wellness, and if you've participated in any fitness and wellness virtual offerings.
Hello, I'm Jane Emerson. I'm the Assistant Director of Clinical Operations at Student Health in the professional group. And let's see, we are still open, so I'm still doing a lot of walking. I'm teleworking today, but we're still open, so I go in a few days a week. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Jane, for all the work that you're doing to keep our students healthy.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah.
This is Derek. I'm staff person here. I haven't done any virtual fitness offerings yet. I used to have a DVD of Power Yoga, but I haven't done that in probably 4 years. And for wellness, I have a 2-year-old, so that tends to be how we spend most of our time. So we went on a 3-hour walk on Saturday, and then we moved to our basketball goal in the backyard, and we're currently working on Dikembe Mutombo. Y'all remember Dikembe Mutombo? He'd block shots and then wag his finger in people's face. So I've taught her how to knock a ball out of people's hands and then wag her finger back and forth, which I think is pretty funny and her mom doesn't appreciate.
That's awesome. Is anybody else comfortable sharing?
Oh, hey, it's me, Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Hi. So I put it in the chat box, but it's more fun to talk. So I'm staff, and I have not done any virtual fitness. So just my usual yoga routine in the morning, and I have been trying to keep up with my walking. So at work, I'm usually walking on the track 2 or 3 times a day at the gym. But since that's not available, I've been walking laps around my neighborhood and trying to get at least about 7,000 steps in if I can't get to 10,000.
That's great.
It's been keeping me sane.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Connie is responsible for our website and is doing a fantastic job in updating all of that so that all of our information is out there and relevant. So kudos to Connie and her team. So thank you. Anybody else?
Hello, this is Anthony. I am a pro staff also working in VCU Recreational Sports. I have taken virtual classes before. They are in the form of my Peloton rides, which have been really great. Looking forward to using our staff resources, though, for classes that I can do in my living room. As for wellness, really just taking time to chat with Jessica Norman and use her as a resource, and I look forward to these chats more often.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for sharing. At this point, we'd like to share with you what we're doing. And in that, maybe sharing some of the challenges and successes that we've had since we've been working from home and adjusting to the new normal. So I'll let one of you two kick it off.
Hello. Okay, so Hannah here again. Some of the challenges I've definitely been facing is finding a balance in my daily fitness routine. So, typically I had like a daily bike ride to and from work, and that was more so just like, the wellness side of my routine. So just it being very therapeutic in its nature. So without that, I've been trying to do outside activities as much as I can, but I think I went a little bit too hard, and my body is no longer uh, doing what it needs to do because of just like a lot of tightness. So now I'm looking forward to restructuring what my fitness routine looks like, which will definitely include lots of like walking, stretching, and participating in our up and coming fitness offerings.
Thanks, Hannah.
Hi everyone, Sydney again. I've also had a little bit of a struggle with the balance as well. I'm someone that just really thrives off of structure and routine and knowing what every, Monday through Wednesday looks like. And eventually, I think about halfway through the week, I kind of got into that same or something similar, a similar pattern, a similar structure. I really tried to walk kind of midway through the day to just give my brain and my body a break. And sometimes I would call someone during that time, and that would also just give me a little bit of social interaction, which was really great. And then usually in the evening, just kind of close out the day, I was partaking in some sort of class, whether that would be virtual or me just doing my own personal workout in my bedroom. And I even hopped on Zoom and shared my screen with my mom yesterday, and we did like a yoga class together, which was really fun. And it was honestly shocking how like connected we felt. I feel like we felt like we were kind of doing it together, as if we were physically together. So still kind of working those things out, but that's what I've done so far.
Thanks for sharing, Sydney. I echo what Hannah and Sydney said about struggling to find balance. That certainly has been the biggest challenge that I've experienced so far. And so with that, just kind of recognizing and acknowledging that is coming up for me and coming up with creative ways to combat that. I would say some successes for me would be slowly but surely like outfitting more or less of a home gym. I've had a TRX suspension trainer for years, but have never had anything to mount it to a wall or to a door. So I'd like to thank the coronavirus for giving me the nudge to purchase the door anchor. So I did that. So I've been doing some strength training in my home, which has felt really good for activity. I also took a look at the Down Dog website, which is a resource that we've made available to folks who are visiting our website. And that app is really cool. You can pick what kind of yoga class you want, everything from vinyasa to hatha, restorative, yin. You can even pick if you want to put a boost in your practice. And so for me, I was feeling a lot of neck tension, so I added some neck stretches in there. You can customize your music, you can customize the voice of your instructor, and you can even designate how long you want your shavasana to be. So I thought that was a really great resource for me to use until we kind of get some of our stuff off the ground where we've got our own folks teaching and sharing. So that's what I'm doing for activity. And then as far as wellness goes, yesterday my partner and I were outside raking all of the leaves and kind of getting our yard looking as good as possible for us to be spending time at home. So great. So with that, if anyone is interested, we'd love to hear from you as far as like what challenges and successes you're experiencing now, and in that order too, so we can end on a positive note. So I'll turn the floor open to anyone now who wants to maybe share challenges and successes.
Well, I can go. So last week was really busy trying to get everything together, and I'm sure the same thing's true for Jane, working in student health, trying to figure out how to deal with the aftermath of what's going on. I mean, I think in those scenarios, it's challenging to find any time to work out, or to exercise or to engage in any activities. And then it doesn't help any that I have a 2-year-old and a newborn. So I guess in some sense, what I'm looking forward to is almost an ability to reset. So it's pretty rare that I look at my schedule and I have almost no meetings. And today, this is the only thing on my schedule. And tomorrow, I think I have one meeting. So in some sense, it's going to be nice to be able to have the time to figure out, what are some different things you want to do. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Thanks for sharing, Derek.
I'll share a little bit. Challenges. I'm thankful that work is still very busy. I've got a lot of communication to do, mostly trying to push this out today and following up with website updates. And I know at some point we'll start working on some longer term planning for whatever the future holds. So I have no qualms about keeping busy. I think I'm also struggling with finding balance too. Because there's some learning that I want to do and make time for that, and actually feel like I can focus on that and not feel guilty about like something else might not be happening. And that also goes with personal life. My challenges concern kind of being concerned about family members who are, elsewhere in the country and the world, and making sure that they're okay. And meanwhile, making sure that we're okay here and haven't been exposed to anybody. Successes, though, I think that I've taken to the telework pretty easily. It's pretty easy for my type of work to be able to do this online and at home. But I'm also trying to make sure that I stick with a very similar schedule to what I would be normally doing. So getting dressed, not in my jammies while I'm working, and taking breaks, going out for those walks when I can, having my morning coffee, trying to just have the routine. And then I'm finding that staying on these Zoom meetings and doing some FaceTime with people over the weekend has helped a lot. To not feel isolated. So that's been my success.
Thanks, Connie. Here's a morning coffee cheers to you.
So I'm not going to set
Hey,
what I look like right
oh,
now.
wait, go ahead, Anthony.
Oh, thank you. One of the challenges for me is going to adjust to an in-home workout. I really enjoy the setting of a fitness center and kind of the energy that provides, and the ability to almost in a social / non-social way, just be surrounded by people who are like-minded at the time. And now here with the puppy, it's going to be a little bit different setting, because I do thrive on that social interaction. But I think the successes of this will be adapting and finding ways to challenge myself while being at home or being confined, and using limited resources in terms of equipment and space, and just being creative with that. And also a success will be I'll have all the laundry done, and I'll have all the cleaning done, and I'll be ready to prep for meals and cook dinner, and have things ready for my partner when she gets home. So that is definitely a positive in this.
Thanks, Anthony. I took my vacuum cleaner apart yesterday, so if you're looking for another task, that's one that takes up a good chunk of time. Jane, did you want to add anything?
Sure. I was just going to say that my challenges are, like I said, we are still working. So today's my first day of teleworking, but tomorrow I do work a full day, 8 to 4:30, even though we're not open to students the whole time. And I also commute. So my commute is about an hour each way. So that's always a challenge for me, getting in exercise anyway, because I'm on the road most of the day, it seems like. So when I saw the email this morning, I was really excited because it would be something I could share with my staff, because they're facing the same challenges. You know, we might be here a day, we're off tomorrow teleworking, we're back at the office the next day. And I think that's stressful on the mind and the body. So I was really excited to see that y'all are doing this. That's all I had.
Thanks, Jane. Well, we're really happy and excited to provide these resources. And, you know, as the title implies here, as this really is an introduction to what we have to offer. So I hope that you all will find a resource, a nugget, a piece of information that inspires you, that you want to share with somebody, and something that keeps you motivated and active and moving, so that you're able to contribute to your healthy and active lifestyle, even in a time of social isolation, social distancing, teleworking, insert all of the COVID-19 buzzwords here. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Hannah, and she's going to give you some information about our resources, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Jess, and hello again, everyone. So we want to just know that we are here to support you, and we want to give you the best experience that we can virtually, similar to an experience that you had in person. So we understand the importance of the community, the rec sports community, the VCU community, and having an instructor that you trust, an instructor that you know, because they know your fitness goals, they know your fitness level, and they know how to motivate you. That's why you choose them and going to their classes. So since we've all kind of like discussed, our environment is not the same, our days are always changing, our fitness routine, everyone can kind of agree upon that it's something that we're struggling with. So we want to get you back to where you need to be, feeling healthy, feeling energized, tackle the rest of your day. So we have come up with a plan that I am ready to show you that can help you do all of this at different points throughout your day. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to show you all where you can find our new virtual programs. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and open this up directly to our Rec Sports website. And this isn't our main page, but it is our virtual programming page that Connie and her team developed so quickly, and it aesthetically is very nice to look at. So when you scroll down, you can see all of our programming that has now gone online, including our virtual fitness and wellness, online sports through gaming, outdoor programs, things for parents and children, and then just fun and games that, you know, fun and games are part of wellness and feeling like you're a part of the community. But we're going to go ahead and talk all about virtual fitness and wellness. So when you get to our page, there is a multitude of resources I will orient you to. To start out, we do have our social media outlets listed at the top with links connected to them. We will be updating those every single day. Sydney is our social media guru, so look forward to all of the creativity that she presents in our mostly Instagram posts through the fitness and wellness account, but also their exports account. What we've really been working on is our live for virtual fitness and wellness offerings. So every single day, we are going to go live. We are going to be offering a few different things throughout the day, and I will show you how to register for those programs in just a moment. So in our excitement, we have decided to offer two different types of live offerings. One is going to be our community connections, which is what you are in currently. So this is an opportunity for us to interact with members of our community, share information, deliver contact, and facilitate conversations to where we can still connect. The other offering is going to be our workout of the day, our WOD. So you'll see one of us, potentially one of our students who will be volunteering to offer you a workout of the day. So we are very excited. And in addition to that, let's say you can't come to one of our live offerings, we would like to highlight a couple of resources. The first one is Les Mills On Demand. So this is going to be, for those of you, Les Mills is pretty well known in the fitness community, but it's going to be new for Rec Sports VCU as we partner with them in the upcoming fall semester. So Les Mills, essentially, if you click on this link, hopefully it comes to a new tab, yes, offers many videos in many different categories, great quality content, and will be anything from like a half an hour to an hour workout of cardio, strength, flexibility, you name it. Other online resources that we have just kind of gone and mended out will be Down Dog, what Jess alluded to earlier with your customized yoga program, Fitness Blender, once again, a customized fitness program. You go on, you kind of weed out what you do and do not want to do. And then in addition to that, just some other resources that we have gone and vetted through. In addition, we have a bunch of apps that we have connected to our website. We felt that these apps were some of the more of quality apps, and also we tried to ensure that they were resourceful for many different types of fitness doers, fitness enthusiasts. So whether it's running, strength training, yoga, the outside enthusiasts, you name it, you can just kind of go through and find what matches your goals best. So let's go ahead and show you all our live virtual offerings, the things that we are most excited about. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this link right here, and it's going to bring me directly to our portal. So if you've ever registered for a class, you'll find this to be where we have registered before, but it's going to be under a new tab. So I'm just going to bring you to the main page actually, just so that you can see it. And when you scroll down, virtual fitness and wellness is not the most obvious right now on the page. You can view this through our virtual fitness and wellness calendar, and that'll show you what's coming up throughout the next week. But I'm just going to take you to the main page. I'm going to go to this icon on the top left, go to programs, scroll down. Under classification, if you scroll all the way down, virtual fitness and wellness. So we have live offerings and recorded offerings. All of our live offerings will be recorded, and we will essentially put them down here if you would like to go back to them. Going through our live upcoming offerings, you right now are already part of today's community connection, our introduction to what we have come up with. When you scroll down, you'll find the next workout or the next offering, which is today, a workout of the day, cardio and core, and that will be with myself at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So I will be going live from 2 to 2:30, and it should be a really fun cardio and core routine, so I hope to see you guys there. And then continuing on down, you'll see on Wednesday, Sydney is doing a bodyweight strength class at 4 p.m. Jess is doing a deep stretch on Friday at 12 p.m. And also a guided meditation. So we have wellness, we have fitness, and we will keep updating this guide every single week. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen back right here. I see some comments going on in the screen. Okay, thank you, Jess. So just to kind of summarize, we love supporting you in our facility. We want to continue to support you all. We are excited to see you in our classes should you choose to participate in them. And we are really happy that you all are still part of our community. So with that, I think Jess is going to give you some more information.
I was typing a message to the group, but since you've just turned it over to me, I will just share it with you now instead of typing it into the chat. So just as a reminder, in case you can't make it to any of our live offerings, know that the recorded offering is also available to you. So Jane, I don't know if this resonates with you, but maybe there's somebody in your office that would really benefit from this conversation we're having today, right now. We will make this recording available through that recorded section so that you can share that with colleagues and friends as you deem appropriate. So just keep that as something to keep in mind. So the one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is how stress affects us, and kind of talking about the mind-body connection as we move forward here. And we all know that stress is an inevitable part of life, and our current situation certainly has people feeling really anxious and uncertain. So even though it's impossible to eliminate stress, we certainly have lots of opportunities and ways that we can manage it. In a few moments, Sydney's going to talk about some self-care that could be suggestions for you all to put into place during this time. But certainly exercise is one of the biggest and best and most well-known ways to manage stress. And it goes without saying that for a long time, we have established the benefits of exercise related to physical wellness and disease prevention. But there really is a strong mind-body connection there. So exercise is essential for maintaining your mental fitness. It can certainly reduce your stress. And studies are showing that exercise, as it relates to mental health, helps reduce fatigue, improves your alertness and concentration, and enhances your overall cognitive function. And so that's really important right now when I think everybody on this call is, striving to work from home or balancing part telework, part in-person work situation, and recognizing that as we encounter stressful situations, that can also diminish our ability to be as sharp and alert during the workday and beyond. So exercise, like many things, releases endorphins, and those endorphins make you feel better and have a positive chemical reaction on your body. And so those endorphins that are released in your brain affect your brain positively, and then they also affect your body positively as well. So just some more research and data to support why it's important for you to move your body. So regular participation in aerobic exercise, even just as little as 5 minutes, can show an overall reduction in tension. It can elevate and stabilize your mood, can certainly improve your sleep, and improve your self-esteem. So just a little bit of information there about the mind-body connection and why exercise is so important to help you stay healthy and reduce your stress. I'm going to turn it over to Sydney, who is going to talk to you a little bit more about some self-care options.
Awesome. So I'm actually going to share, I'll put it in the chat so that you can come back to it later, but I'll also share the screen just for folks who will be looking at this video later and are maybe not part of the VCU community, maybe not students or faculty staff. It's a big old link there in the chat. And then let me share my screen. So I really appreciated, this article was literally shared this morning via the VCU News, and they go over some really, really incredible, this is in particular a psychology professor at VCU. They go over some really incredible resources and ideas to reduce stress and how to manage stress during this time. It also goes into the perspective of being a student during this time, the perspective of being someone who's teleworking maybe for your first time, and also those who are parents and have children. So I would definitely recommend maybe hopping back into this article after we're done and reading over it. I just wanted to share that resource. But I will now kind of talk about a few other ways that, we can get creative during this time and, really show ourselves some self-care, some self-love, be, kind and generous to ourselves. So I'll reference a few things that are in the article and then a few additional ideas as well. And I'll ask Jess and Hannah to give any additional ideas when we're finished here. But of course, one of the main things that we can do right now while we're being physically distant from people, friends and family, is staying connected and doing that in creative ways. So I personally, this weekend, I had many FaceTime chats or Zoom chats with friends and family. I had a coffee date with a friend on Saturday, and then, like I said, I had a yoga class, a shared yoga class with my mom last night. And maybe you're calling people while you're walking, sending them messages, letting them know that you're thinking about them, things like that. I think that that's really, really important during this time. And I think that it helps us also realize that we're in this together, that we're all experiencing this, maybe on different levels, but ultimately, we're all in this together as a team, and are affected by what's going on right now. While we were kind of sharing our struggles and our successes in the very beginning of this chat, something that some folks talked about was maintaining a schedule. And that is another thing that's a great way to just, getting up, like Connie said, getting up, putting your clothes on, maintaining that structure that you had pre, COVID-19 interruptions, and just trying to maintain somewhat of a schedule. And maybe that's, if you don't have any physical meetings on your calendar, maybe that's putting physical, I'm going to do this at this time, this at that time. Maybe you would have put your 5:30 p.m. group exercise class on your calendar. And so scheduling that time in just as you would, even though you're not physically showing up anywhere, but you're going to stop and drop and do it in your home, and keeping that part of your schedule. But also allowing yourself to be flexible. Things are a lot different working from home right now. So just taking care of yourself, being kind to yourself. If things don't go as planned, go with the flow. And then of course, tons of self-care practices that we can do from home right now. Whether that's reading a book that we've been wanting to read but haven't had the chance to or the time to. What's really incredible is a ton of whether that's universities or creative outlets are releasing courses, free courses right now, for you to maybe learn a new skill or something, about a topic. So maybe that's photography or painting or something like that. So maybe picking up a fun new hobby during this time. And then of course, exercise, movement, meditation, moving your body, thinking about that, of course, great time to do that. I think also something that's really important is right now there's a ton of social media presence with everyone, because we have all of this time on our hands, and really important to maybe not compare your experience to someone else. Thinking about they're doing all of these things with their spare time and I'm really exhausted and just want to take today to rest. So being careful to not, compare your experience with someone else's. Another thing when it comes to exercise is knowing that, sweating, getting your heart rate up, being completely breathless is not the determinant of an effective workout. Sometimes just stretching and lightly moving your body, going for a walk is really what might be the most effective and efficient thing for you in this time. So there's not necessarily one better way to exercise or the best way to exercise. This is a really good time to tune into your body and to listen what you really need day by day, and give it those things as you go. Jess and Hannah, do you have any other suggestions or recommendations for folks that, or for things that folks can do during this time for self-care?
Sure. I have been obviously cooking a lot at home. And so that's been really fun to try new recipes and to use fresh produce when available. So that's been a way for me to have a little bit of a creative outlet and fuel my body with really good, nourishing food. So I've been enjoying that for sure.
Cool. Love that.
And I would recommend, like, we don't have a puzzle right now because we finished all of them. A little bummed about it, and we can't go and get a new one. But if you can get a puzzle or would like to swap, we're happy to swap one of our puzzles. Also, tapping back into your artistic sides is so therapeutic. Takes the mind elsewhere. Maybe story writing, if that's something that you used to do, which is kind of like as therapeutic as reading. So yes, Derek has mentioned the app of the Netflix party, so watching things together. So all great stuff. Yeah, that's all I have said.
Yeah, love it.
Awesome. Anything else from you, Sid?
No, I think that's all I've got.
Cool. So we're going to transition back to Hannah just for, excuse me, back to Hannah for just a moment, so she can share some physical activity guidelines with you. And then we'll wrap up the call with just a quick little Q&A and have you be on your way.
All right, so let's get down to business. We've already discussed like what we're here to offer you and how you're able to do it, whether it's with us or with our resources. So now it's how much, when should we do it? So you guys might be familiar with physical activity guidelines, but we just want to reiterate it and stress the importance of not going too hard, doing just the right amount. So the physical activity guidelines recommends general population participates in 150 to 300 minutes of moderate physical activity a week. Spread out, that's 30 minutes a day for 5 days. In conjunction or in opposition, you can just do vigorous activity for 75 minutes a week, but we recommend you do a combination of the two. So all in all, if you're participating in about 2.5 hours of exercise a week, your body should reap the health benefits of physical activity. There are obviously additional health benefits to more exercise, but we want to ensure we're not doing too much, causes burnout, overtraining, compromised immune system, muscular, just uncomfortable tightness. So the one thing I really just do want to stress is some is better than none. If you can only do 10 minutes, 10 minutes is going to be beneficial. If you can do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes in the evening, cumulative, you got 30 minutes, you just made it. So whether you're doing, you can't really fit it in. I know, Jane, you still have to go to work, and thank you so much for doing that. If you can only get in, a 10-minute workout, it'll definitely, you'll reap the benefits of just that endorphins that Jess talked about, but also just the benefits of everything that exercise does, which could take another hour to explain, of course. So just wanted to let you guys know and reiterate what that looks like, and we're very excited to help you with it. So I'll go ahead, bring it back to Jess so we can finish it up.
Thanks, Hannah. The one thing that I'd like to add to about the physical activity guidelines is including at least 2 days a week of muscle strengthening activities. And that's hard when you don't have a gym, because a lot of people are using barbells and plates and dumbbells and resistance bands to achieve all of that muscle strengthening activity and all that good work. So when you're at home and you don't have equipment, body weight is really going to be your best friend, and using gravity to create some resistance. And, Sydney is going to take you through a workout on Wednesday that features all of these really great body weight exercises. So if you're like, that sounds great, I just don't know how to do the thing, Sydney's going to show you how to do the thing. And so you'll have some tools in your back pocket to be able to move in that way. So what we'd like to do now with the remaining time that we have is open up the floor to you all. you have the opportunity to talk to several members of the rec sports team, and you can tell us what you want. Juices are flowing creatively here. We are exploring all options. And so if there's something that you really want to see or really want to do, you have the opportunity to share with us that information now, and we can work to build that for you. So I'll open up the floor and we'll go from there.
This is Jane. I was just wondering while I was listening to you talk about mind and body, if you had thought about connecting with the well to see if they would do a session for you on mindfulness. Just a thought that came to my head when I was listening.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Certainly reach out to the well. We also have some folks that have expressed interest on our team in leading some mindfulness activities as well. So it's one of those areas where there's quite a bit of crossover between us, but certainly we can reach out to them and see if we can supplement and complement that offering for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey Jess, this is Anthony.
Hi.
Do you have or can you add to some of the workouts of the day, like what you can use around your home for resistance training, and potentially like if you've got resistance bands or any sort of like makeshift at home equipment that you might already have, and how to incorporate that?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can.
Like how to lift your couch and how to squat your dog and like things like that.
Got it. Noted. We'll make sure that we put that in the notes section of each workout. How to
Jess, it'd also be helpful to know like how much space folks need.
Great.
So like they need like a 5x5 or whatever, you know, how much movement are y'all asking folks to do?
Great. Thank you. Great suggestions.
I'm a huge Zumba fan.
Thanks, Jane. Last call for any suggestions on this platform. Certainly, you all can reach us. All of our contact information as far as professional staff is listed on the Rec Sports website. We've also offered up our generalfitness@vcu.edu email address for just general inquiries and information. So don't hesitate to reach out and let us know how we can support you if you have a bright idea, Jane, on your way to work, on your way home from work. If you shoot up in the middle of the night and have something that you're looking forward to, just share it with us and we'll see what we can do. I want to thank everyone for spending their morning with us. I'd like to personally invite you to Hannah's cardio and core class today at 2. And then Sydney's got a workout of the day on Wednesday. Mine is on Friday. And then we'll be sharing some Les Mills workouts throughout the week, as well as our own workouts of the day that we're crafting on Tuesday and Thursday. So check our social media platforms for those. All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you engaging, and we'll be in touch soon.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, Connie.
Bye.
We did it. Let me stop